Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. So in my last video, I've unboxed this Sony HT S20R 5.1 soundbar, 5.1 channel soundbar, and the purpose of the video today is to show you how do I set it up. So as you can see here, I've set it up my soundbar in front of my TV here, and this soundbar is pretty thin. So even though this is the IKEA Kallax, I can still put it on the table in front of my TV, so it's not very deep. If I'm not mistaken, this is about 36 or 39 cm, so it fits a 55-inch and a soundbar in front. And yeah, so there's nothing on the back of this soundbar as mentioned in the last video, except for some mounting holes. But you do get this flat wire here that's connected to the woofer. So the woofer will be acting as the main driver. Everything will be connected to this woofer, and then here is my woofer. So one of the things I encounter is this: when you buy this set, it doesn't come with HDMI cable. So if you want to connect your sound system with a HDMI cable, you have to buy or use a different HDMI. But yeah, it doesn't come with HDMI cable. That's the downside of it. I mean, it's 600 ringgit the time, around 600 when I buy. So yeah, but it's a bit of a letdown because it doesn't come with HDMI. It only comes with the analog or the optical cable, which I'm not using. But anyhow, so the HDMI needs to be long because my woofer is here, but the HDMI connection is around here or here. So I connected to here because the LG UR81's HDMI cable that supports the ARC is this one, is at the side here, so it has to go like twisty around to connect it here. So it's a bit of a ugly sight, and as you can see here, my HDMI cable inside this cabinet here is like stretched right over there to the subwoofer. So maybe I should find a longer HDMI cable, but that will do for now. And yeah, this is the woofer itself. So it's made of wood, and then a bit of a quality issue here. This one is slanted a little bit, but this one is almost flat. But anyhow, so I didn't realize it, but yeah, this is actually a touch button. So as you can see, I can turn it off, turn it on. You know, I'm not quite sure what this does, but this is Bluetooth, and then this is volume up or volume down. So yeah, pretty cool. You have 3 connections, so you can have Bluetooth, you can connect to TV, or you can connect your USB. So yeah, analog, Bluetooth, USB, TV. So about 4 of them, 4 of the input settings. This woofer, this whole system is about 400 watt. So for my living room, which is actually quite small, it is actually sufficient enough because I want to say my living room is not big, and that's the reason I opt for this unit, because there is a wireless one, the HT S20R, but I figured 600 watt, I don't need 600 watt, and I figure I can still manage my cable easily. So that's why I opted for this, because the S20R one does offer a wireless amplifier for the real speaker, so you don't have to route the wires from the subwoofer to the real speaker. So but in this case, this S20R doesn't have it, so I have to route my cables, as you can see there, try and hide it underneath here all the way back to this. This is my right speaker, and then this is my left speaker. So ideally also, when you mount these speakers, it should be at your ears level when you sit down here, but I'll do it this way for now. It's more than enough. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is this is the controller, and then pretty thin, very light, but it does feel good in the hand. And as you can see here, it has a few modes. So here you can adjust your input. This is your power button: auto sound, standard, cinema, music, voice, and night. And here you can control your volume. the thing I find funny is I think the volume reflector on this LED here, it's a bit slow. So for example, I'm clicking here. See, it does feel a bit slow to me. It doesn't, you know, it's not like the, you know, the car radio. If you like turning around, and the number just keeps going down fluently, but then not in this case. This one feels a bit of a delay, but yeah, that's a bit of a weird part, but it doesn't really affect your user experience. This is the mute, and then you can adjust the dim, the brightness of this LED, and then you can adjust your surround sound, which is basically the sound of the rear speakers, but to be honest, they are not really loud, or you really have to sit very closely to it. And another downside is not every entertainment drama or, you know, supports it, so it really depends on your what entertainment you consume. So you see, this is the manual, back button, up and down, enter, play, stop, to the previous song or to the next song. So yep, AV system RMT H41212U, and it comes with 2 AAA battery. So yeah, that's about it. And and then another thing I wanted to mention is, because of how small this LED is, you actually need to adjust, you know, go into the settings here by reading this, but it's really limiting. It's really hard to navigate because just because of how small this thing, the LED is. So yeah, it's not to my liking, so I don't really go and adjust everything here. Yeah, so, and other than that, the rear speakers here, as mentioned, there's no some sort of volume adjustment on them at all. It really depends on just the surround sound, and depends, like I know some of the older dramas I watch on Netflix doesn't support this, but I know that Spotify does, and then some movie does. And when it comes to movie with the woofer, it really does enhance your watching experience, but when it comes to gaming, I think this woofer is a little bit too strong, even if I play normal games such as Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact. But the sound quality itself is very good for the price, and perhaps I can just show you a little bit of the listening experience. So maybe I can play a bit of a Genshin music. And perhaps I need to adjust the input. So yeah, let me stop a bit, because I think you can tell how good the sound is. I mean, it's definitely, you can't say it can compete with the you know, those 1,000 ringgit, 2,000 ringgit, or 1,000 plus sound system. But this is definitely, you know, good enough for the average user. Perhaps I can just play the music through the TV sound and then let you see how much better it is compared to TV sound system, and then you can tell if it's worth it to spend around another 600 ringgit for a different sound speaker other than the TV. So yeah, there we go. Oof, sorry. So yeah, so one of the things you can definitely tell is that you can really lose out on the bass. So with this subwoofer, it really adds a lot of bass, but I guess this is a little bit too strong. Maybe I'll have to adjust it a little bit. But other than that, the clarity of the sound is still much better off this soundbar. So yeah, this TVUR81, I wouldn't say the TV speaker is too bad for TV itself, but having this additional sound system does make the listening experience so much more better. Not just music, but also dramas or movies, especially those movies that can utilize on the surround sound. But then likewise, like I mentioned just now, you can hear a little bit music off these speakers, but they are very soft when it compares to the soundbar on the front and then the subwoofer here. But yeah, that's about it, guys. This is how I set it up. Everything is color coded. It's really easy to set it up. It's just the way you route your speakers, and then the way you probably have to get a longer HDMI cable or anything. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment sections below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.